The stash, Luis Hernandez gets it done.
He's talking to Chris Curtis and Shawn.
Oh, Shawn Strickland. Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I saw him sticking his tongue out at Shawn.
Oh, yeah, that's way out of line, though, man. Come on, Shawn.
Imagine a UFC champion barreling through the cage, gloves still hanging at his side, and landing open-handed blows on a cornerman. Yes, a cornerman who just celebrated one of the ugliest submissions you'll ever see. That unthinkable moment didn't happen inside a packed pay-per-view arena, but at a small regional show. Yet its ripple effect has rattled the entire MMA world. What started as a routine post-fight celebration turned into chaos when Shawn Strickland stormed the cage and exploded in a flurry of ungloved strikes, leaving Florida police officer and cornerman Luis Hernandez reeling. The Nevada State Athletic Commission swiftly slapped Strickland with an indefinite suspension on July 3rd, and now, with an extended ban looming into late August, questions are swirling. Will he ever face jail time? And what about the blockbuster rematch we all wanted? Israel Adesanya versus Strickland now hanging by a thread. Stick around because this explosive opening is only the tip of the iceberg. What happened at that regional MMA event defied everything fighters and fans expect. Seconds after Curtis Gonzalez secured a slick armbar on his opponent, cornerman Luis Hernandez, also a Florida police officer, climbed into the cage to celebrate with his teammate. Instead of a customary fist bump or raised hand, Shawn Strickland burst through the barrier, gloves dangling at his side, and unloaded a series of unloved strikes on Hernandez's unsuspecting friend. One moment, the crowd was cheering a submission. The next, chaos erupted as Hernandez scrambled backwards, stunned and defenseless against Strickland's sheer force. No one saw it coming. Strickland had never shown anything like this before. Spectators gasped, officials rushed in, and the stunned cornerman covered his head, eyes wide with disbelief. What should have been a routine celebration turned into a violent spectacle, leaving everyone questioning, why would a reigning UFC middleweight champion risk everything with an impulsive off-camera assault? That single shocking act is what set the wheels in motion for today's indefinite suspension, and a potential legal storm that could follow. The Nevada State Athletic Commission drew a hard line on July 3rd when they slapped Strickland with an indefinite suspension, effectively benching the reigning middleweight champ the moment he stormed that regional cage. Indefinite here doesn't mean forever. It means Strickland is sidelined until the NSAC's disciplinary hearing, now pushed to late August, where commissioners will weigh evidence, hear testimony, and decide whether to lift, shorten, or prolong the ban. In the meantime, his license remains on ice. No sanctioned fights, no fight league privileges, no paycheck. Beyond athletic penalties, indefinite hints at a possible legal fallout. Because Luis Hernandez is a sworn Florida officer, prosecutors could pursue assault charges, potentially leading to fines, probation, or even brief jail time if the DA presses forward. At the August hearing, Strickland risks hefty suspensions, mandatory anger management courses, and a public reprimand. One thing's certain, until the NSAC and any criminal courts render their verdicts, the middleweight division will feel the void his absence creates. Israel Adesanya didn't hold back when asked about the drawn-out suspension saga. The former champion candidly admitted he's frustrated as hell to see his next target benched indefinitely, especially after publicly calling out Strickland multiple times. Each interview, Adesanya dropped another challenge. "Come get these hands again," he'd say, only to watch weeks slip by with no response. That silence, according to Izzy, speaks volumes. He's openly speculated that Strickland isn't just unavailable, it's avoidance. "If you beat me once, you should have zero issue doing it again," Adesanya argued, suggesting his rival is looking for easier payday fights, like that rumored matchup with welterweight Belal Muhammad. Izzy's tone shifted from playful taunting to genuine impatience. "I'm here, I'm ready, but apparently the champ has other plans." Behind the bravado, you can sense real disappointment. A fighter eager to reclaim what he lost, left standing alone in the octagon of public opinion while Strickland fights the clock instead of adversaries. Luis Hernandez wasn't just another face in the crowd, he was the man in the corner, the calm presence guiding his teammate through each round. But on that fateful night, he revealed another role, Florida police officer. When Strickland's ungloved barrage sent Hernandez scrambling for cover, most expected him to press charges immediately. Instead, he made a shocking choice: forgiveness. Despite the pain and the public humiliation, Hernandez told investigators he didn't want to ruin Strickland's career. He acknowledged the danger of an unprotected strike, but emphasized that he likes those guys and believed this could be handled within the sport. That decision speaks volumes about respect and solidarity in MMA, a code unspoken yet deeply felt. By refusing to pursue legal action, Hernandez protected Strickland from criminal repercussions, trusting the NSAC to do its job. In an arena defined by violence, his restraint shines as a rare act of sportsmanship, reminding us that even amid chaos, honor can prevail. Strickland's indefinite suspension leaves a gaping hole in the middleweight division, scrambling matchmakers and altering the trajectory of every contender jockeying for a title shot. Without the reigning champion anchoring the top of the bracket, fighters like Derek Brunson, Marvin Vettori, and even dark horse rising stars find themselves in limbo, scrambling to fill the void and capitalize on a suddenly vacant throne. The UFC may pivot to interim title bouts or fast-track a fresh contender tournament, but any interim belt risks diluting the division's prestige. For Adesanya, who had meticulously mapped out a year-end rematch to reclaim his crown, the suspension is more than an annoyance, it's a derailment. His training camps, promotional appearances, and contract negotiations all hinged on a clear fight date. Now, Izzy must either pivot to a new opponent, potentially sacrificing a marquee rematch, or sit idle, risking ring rust and missing out on peak earning opportunities. The champion's absence has transformed what was meant to be a climactic season finale into a waiting game, testing the UFC's creativity and Adesanya's patience alike. While the Strickland saga dominates headlines, the UFC's calendar is bursting with other must-see matchups. First up, lightweight king Islam Makhachev versus Australia's rising star Jack Della Maddalena. Makhachev's suffocating grappling will be tested by Della Maddalena's elite scrambles and knockout power, setting up a stylistic clash that could redefine the division. Fans can't stop debating who has the edge, Makhachev's supreme control or Della Maddalena's explosive offense, and every prediction tweet only fuels the hype. Meanwhile, Dana White has just dropped bombshells on two stacked pay-per-views. At UFC 320 on October 4 in Las Vegas, light heavyweight champ Magomed Ankalaev defends against rematch-hungry Alexa Pereira, a bout guaranteed to be fireworks after their first war. Co-main event sees bantamweight hotshot Jose Aldo, challenger Marlon Chito Vado, Corey Sandhagen, promising lightning-fast counters and world-class footwork. Then comes UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi, where heavyweight king Tom Aspinall faces surging contender Cyril Gane. Aspinall's brute force versus Gane's technical elite striking makes this a true finish-or-go-home battle. With these matchups locked in, the rest of 2025 is shaping up to be an unmissable proving ground for the UFC's brightest stars. Here's everything in fast forward. First, Shawn Strickland's unthinkable cage intrusion, ungloved punches on a corner man, upended what should have been a routine post-fight moment. Next came the NSAC's blanket indefinite suspension on July 3rd, leaving Strickland sidelined until at least the late August hearing and facing both athletic and potential legal consequences. Then Israel Adesanya's frustration boiled over as he called out his old rival again and again, only to be met with radio silence, fueling speculation that Strickland might be dodging the rematch. Meanwhile, cornerman Luis Hernandez, also a Florida police officer, made headlines by refusing to press charges, choosing forgiveness over headlines, and trusting the commission to deliver justice. That decision highlighted a rare act of honor in a sport built on violence. With the division's kingpin out, contenders scramble for positioning, and Adesanya's meticulously planned return is suddenly up in the air. All the while, the UFC presses ahead with blockbuster bouts, Makhachev versus Della Maddalena, Ankalaev Pereira, Aspinall Gane, ensuring 2025 remains a must-watch season. So here's the kicker. Will Strickland ever face real consequences beyond a suspension, or is the next title fight just around the corner, waiting for him to step back into that cage?